Hello, world! Welcome to Fallout 4, and welcome to a very weird episode of what I'm about to show you. So, I wanted to explore something called the perception bug. Have you ever been running across the wasteland, shooting things up, and realizing that for some reason when you open up VATS, your aim isn't quite so accurate anymore, and you go into your Pip-Boy and you go over to your special stats and you notice your perception is 1 instead of 6. Or it could be another number. But you see that your perception is decreased from what it should be. And if you go back to status, you have no status effects, so you can't press Q and look. So, what gives? Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look real quick here, just to show you that I do indeed have the perception bug on. So we're going to have to open up the developer console. And within the developer console, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say player.getav 2C3, which that is the code for perception, for the perception actor value. And we're taking it on the player, and it says that we are currently at 1.60 perception, which seems odd. So if we want to dig a little bit deeper, we can say player.getValueInfo, and on that same value, it'll say perception for character name Robin, current value 1.6, computed base 6.0, which is what my perception should be right now. Reference base value 1, modifiers temp minus 4.4, permanent 0, damage 0, level up value 6. And what this means is I have a temporary debuff on my perception of 4.4. However, I know by going back through my saves that I have had this debuff since level 10. And I am currently level 55. So, the only way to revert this bug is to go back to a previous save. Except it's not. If you are running a PC, you can get this bug to go away with some special trickery, but not necessarily through mods. You see, in order to fix your perception, you have to do some memory checking. And that's what we're going to get into in the next video. But this video is meant more to show you about this mod. I have made a mod that makes this perception bug not part of the game. The only thing is that it cannot fix your perception. It can only prevent the bug from ever happening to you ever again. And let me let you know about this. This bug can stack. So, if I have the perception bug happen again, I could get even more perception taken away from me, and possibly even be in a negative value. So, the first thing we're going to look at is how this bug happens. So, I know how this bug happens. This bug happens, well, first we're going to run away from my, all the turrets that are going to shoot anything down. This bug happens when you come in contact with, you guessed it, actual bugs in the game. Now, it's kind of odd that this bug involves actual bugs, but there are 2 bugs that can do this to you. The first bug is a Stingwing, any variant, or a Rad Scorpion, any variant. Those bugs have a poison spell. And if you're wondering what spells are, the spells are kind of like an artifact left over from Skyrim, but they kind of reuse the spell system for making things work in Fallout 4. So when you are hit by a Stingwing or a Rad Scorpion of any variant, they both have a spell called Rad Scorpion or Stingwing Poison. And that poison has several effects. One of the effects that it can have is radiation damage, and that depends on what variant. The actual effect list has a number of conditions it runs through. And running through those conditions, it checks to see what variant it is, and some variants can have radiation damage. The rest they check based on the variants for how much damage they will deal to you for your health. But there is one variant that does not check for anything, one condition, and that is the condition that allows the perception poison. So stingwings and rad scorpions not only damage your health, but for 4 seconds, exactly 4 seconds, if you are hit with their poison, you will have your perception decreased by 5. Now, it goes away normally, and under normal circumstances, the game will just fix your perception right after it happens. But here lies a problem. Let's say you were to get in a fight with a stingwing and you decided to use Med-X because you didn't want to take any poison damage, or you didn't want to take as much damage. You wanted some damage resistance. Well, the bug comes about into being because poison damage resistance. When you are poisoned, if you become poisoned and you take Med-X, the only chem that has poison damage resistance, then it compounds the two effects. Basically, the effect of you losing 5 perception gets knocked out by the Med-X, and the Med-X's perk freezes your perception at a minus 4.4. And that's for each sting you get. So, to show how this works exactly, let me see. We are on this character. So, let's flip over to my other character so we can see how this comes about. Alright, so, here we are. My character is like level 8. Level 8, and no perception bug. This is what my perception should be, 6. So, we're going to go away. Yeah, so do I. We're going to go far away from all my turrets that can kill anything. I should have waited. Alright, so, here we are. We're out in the middle of... Sorry, I need to zoom out. So we're out here. And I said this damage can happen from stingwings or rad scorpions. So, I'm going to... God damn. I'm going to spawn in some stingwings. Weather. So I'm going to say, help, sting, wing, 4. I just need to get the base ID of a regular stingwing. So I'm going to say place at me. It's 5FBB3, and I want 5 of them. So I'm going to spawn 5 stingwings around me, and here we go. Alright, so if you notice, right away, I've been stung, I've been poisoned by a stingwing. So if I say player.getAV to C3, it'll say my perception is currently 1 instead of 6. And if I say player.getValueInfo to C3, I have a temporary modifier of -5, so it's taking 5 away. So here's the next thing we're going to do. So I'm just showing you to show you, I'm just doing this to show you that the stingwing's poison effect is like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and kill all the stingwings right now. All the stingwings are dead. The poison kind of had a blinding effect. Now it's been more than 4 seconds. If I go back into my get value info, I have nothing hurting me anymore, and my current value is 6 for perception. So, this bug comes about when I do exactly this. Alright, ready? Alright, now I'm poisoned, and you can kind of see the poison effect on the Pip-Boy. If I go to inventory and go to aid, and before I even do that, I'm going to get my value info. I'm at -5 right now. So if I close that, and I go and grab some Med-X and take it and close the Pip-Boy, and I'm going to kill all the stingwings so that way I don't get hurt again. Now, the effect should have worn off if I go and check get value info, my modifier is now temporarily a negative 4.4, and it will be like this for the rest of the game. There is no actual fix using console commands to fix this, because watch what happens if you try to fix it with the regular console commands. 2C3, and I'm going to say, wait, no, not set AV, I want to mod AV. I'm going to say add to 2C3 4.4. Now if I get my value info, I now have a temporary of negative 4.4, a permanent of 4.4, and my level up value is 10, which means if I open up the perk chart, it would show that I have 10 perception, which I don't have. The current value and computed base are 6, which is what I want them to be, but I need the level up value to be 6 as well. So, how do we avoid this problem? Well, to put it simply, don't take Med-X when you're facing some Stingwings. Or, you could download my mod. Now, give me a moment. I'm about to load my mod into the game. So we're back here. My character currently has his perception good, and my mod is loaded into the game. So, let's try and make this phenomenon happen again. Alright. Alright. Immediately, I have been poisoned. Or at least I assume I have. I'm going to check it. Sorry. You have to ask it. Okay, so I currently have a modifier to my perception of -5. So now, if I open up my Pip-Boy, I have the poison effect. If I were to go to inventory and go to aid and take some Med-X, what would happen? Well, I'm going to kill all the Stingwings. They'll go away. The perception effect seems to be wearing off, and if I go and check it again, my perception is okay. I am not adversely affected by the perception bug, because if I look at Med-X, first of all, it says that I get damage resist. I also get poison resist. It doesn't show that in there, but you also get poison resistance. And if you go to stats, and we look at our... we're drugged, and if we look at our effects, Med-X is giving us a damage resist of 25, but not a poison resist. So, let's go back and wait for this to wear off, just so I can show you that I'm not playing around with this. I need to go sleep in a bed. Make the Med-X wear off.
What do you need, General?
Nothing. So now I have countered the bug. Sleep 4 hours. I want the rain to go away too.
Hope this rain lets up soon.
It never did. Alright, so Med-X is gone. If I go to inventory and I take Med-X again, damage resist and poison resist. So it now shows that I have poison resist in the chem menu, and if I go and check my status and check my effect after taking it, I have damage and poison resist. So what my mod does is, in order to keep the bug from happening, when you take Med-X, the Med-X checks to see if your perception is at 100% of its value. So if I say player.getValue % on my perception, if I'm at my regular perception, which has no modifiers, it would show 100%. Even if I'm wearing items that change my perception, it'll still say 100%. So long as it is 100%, it will allow the poison resistance to take effect. If it is not at 100%, the poison resistance will not take effect, and that poison resistance is what causes the bug. So there you have it. My mod will prevent you from getting the perception bug at the cost of not getting poison resistance if you are already poisoned. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my mod, go ahead and download it. I'll put the link in the description. Download it from Nexus Mods. In my next video, I will be showing how to, on the PC, remove this bug from your save file, because you may not want to have to revert back to level 10 when you're level 55. Thank you so much for watching, and the next video I will go over how to fix the bug. Unfortunately, this mod and the bug fix are only for PC, even though this bug pertains to all consoles, every platform. And we're going to be working on the next, so we'll see you in the next video. Bye!